Good morning, friends, and welcome to Wake Up in the Word. Hey, thanks for joining me this morning. Grab a stiff cup of coffee and let's wrap up with a big overview, Revelation 13 today. As we get there, though, I want to say thanks for joining me on this Cyber Monday. Even that is an indicator of something that connects to Revelation 13. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. In the meantime, what have we been looking at here? Well, we've been looking at something that is most powerful when you quit trying to take little pieces of it and make it the focus. The big picture starts back in Revelation 12, where we see Satan with his anger, his bitterness toward God, all being demonstrated in his hatred for the woman. The woman is identified as Israel. From the Jewish people, the chosen people of God, came not only the blessings that they would receive when they would follow God and his commandments, but they would produce the Messiah. A Messiah not just for the Jews, but for all the people of the world. And because of this hatred, he attacks her consistently throughout history, and as well as her offspring that it speaks about at the end of chapter 12, those believers in Jesus. Because yes, we have been grafted into all of those promises of the Old Testament by becoming a part of the body of Christ. Who hates us? Satan and all his demons, a third of those stars that fell with him, who are constantly attacking the body of Christ. That's what we see happening in chapter 12. Then we get to chapter 13, and I believe it's a description of his strategy, his plan of attack. Create two beasts. These two beasts have a purpose. The first one is a beastly empire that will politically attempt to rule the world, primarily through economics and other things, but the use of force when necessary is welcomed and embraced. The second beast is a religious one in nature, who will use any existing religion that is antichrist, but then create brand new ones, especially the techno-religions. Go back and look at my countdown to his coming video from Saturday if you haven't seen that yet. And will begin to strategize toward breaking down everything about the Judeo-Christian model that you can find anywhere in the world. It's a strategy that's coming together right now as we speak. For some of you who may have commented, like one guy, well, wait a minute, we're still able to buy and sell yet. So what do you mean you see this happening? Oh, friends, listen, open your eyes. It's under construction right now. Now, that's a sign we hate to see when we travel. It seems like there are no roads we get on, especially the large interstates trying to get somewhere quickly, that somewhere, somehow, there's not a gigantic construction project and everything grinds to a halt. Well, while things are under construction, it's just inconvenience, right? As changes are being made. But one day when the construction is finished, all of a sudden everything's going to flow like it's supposed to. Well, when you look at what Satan is doing, he's constructing right now the systems that are going to make Revelation 13 happen from one end to the other. And some of the things that are happening we looked at in Revelation 13, beginning in verse 15. This second beast was permitted to give a spirit to this image, icon, not alive object. It might be technological, like a robot. It might be created, built. Who knows what it is? But it's not human, my friends. It's not a person. He gives a spirit to this image of the beast, so the image could both speak and cause whoever would not worship the image of the beast, submit to the beast, to be killed. And he requires everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on his right hand or on his forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, the beast's name, or the number of his name. Now here's wisdom. The one who has understanding must calculate the number of the beast, because it's the number of a man. His number is 666. So how do we see this playing out here in these last days? And when you go back to the other four views of Revelation, how do they look at especially 666, this mark of the beast? Now, you know, I've already shared what I believe that is. And it has nothing to do with any of these four explanations. But see if they don't leave you a little bit lacking. For example, the historical viewpoint of Revelation says that 666 may just be the number of the word Latinos, and so refers to the Latin or Roman Catholic Pope or the papacy. So 666 is the Pope. Really? Okay. Well, how about the preterist version? Well, for them, it's all over because it was Nero in the first century. It's the number of Nero Caesar. Well, the futurist says it's the number of the future Antichrist, someone who will be like Nero back from the dead. But again, it's a number to identify a man, a leader, that person we would call the man of lawlessness at the head of the beast. For others, for example, the idealists, they say, well, it's the number of imperfection. 7 being the perfect number. If you got 3 6s, it's just short of perfection. So it means that human evil tends to lead to idol worship, and is kind of a general picture there. So do any of those satisfy your mind in these days? Well, it shouldn't, because, of course, none of those is complete. The fact is, we looked at what I believe John saw in that number 666, and it's pointing exactly toward that Islamic Antichrist figure, that Mideast beast idea promoted by Joel Richardson and others. And so, as a part of this whole system, 666 may really not be a number itself. It may just be indicative of this huge system that Satan has created or is creating. As it's under construction right now, you can see how it works in many places. We saw some folks the other day who were literally massacred by a mob. They were Muslims. They were Palestinian in background. But they had been accused of somehow cohorting with Israelis, and so they were killed in a massive celebration of folks who began to chant what a wonderful, victorious day this was for Allah to murder these people in public. You see, there's going to be this complete division of all of humanity into 2 camps. And those camps are right now beginning to be formed. And as you see it, it's very obvious that Satan and his minions do not mind to use violence in every single case to bring people into submission. In fact, if you look at what Islam is built around, it's built around the idea of submitting to the will of Allah. Well, so as this particular one of many forms of Antichrist religions rears its ugly head around the world, you'll see incidents like this. But how do you force everyone to serve your beast? Well, the clearest and most distinct way is in what's happening right in front of us right now. As it's under construction, if you want to see how it works, look at the nation of communist China, where they have a full credit scoring system, millions of cameras everywhere. You're being watched constantly. Say or do the wrong thing, and all of a sudden your ability to buy or sell is taken away from you. That's right, that social credit scoring system can result in you going to purchase a ticket to perhaps get on the train or to fly somewhere that you want to go and discover that you've been blacklisted. The government says you said the wrong thing at the wrong time, did the wrong thing, and you can't buy or sell anymore. When this is used to its ultimate, then you would literally not be able to have a job. You can't sell anything. You wouldn't be able to buy anything to eat. You'd have to be dependent as a poor beggar on those who might want to give you from their resources, lest you die. This is the kind of system being put in place in more places besides just the most populous nation in the world. And it's spreading like wildfires. We've had Western folks even say, oh, this is the system we want. Well, how are we seeing this come to pass in America? Well, it's the push toward cashless society, central bank digital currencies, and that's happening all over the world now, over 100 nations, to make all transactions digital. When we went to the Southern Baptist Convention in New Orleans this year, the convention center is a cashless payment zone. You could not buy a bottle of water from a vending machine without using some kind of credit card. And here we are on Cyber Monday. And what's happening today? the greatest shopping ever for Christmas season. It happens not on Black Friday, which one guy put out a video I've already seen called Black Friday is Dead, because people don't rush out to the stores and take the cash, the money they have saved to spend for Christmas shopping. No, that's gone. Now you do it online. In fact, you're more likely to find what you want online than trying to go out and search through the stores. So what's happening? We're watching this system come together before our very eyes. And when the beast is able to control it, control what you buy and sell, he'll be able to control your life. When the system is together, connected across the world, the beast will be able to control humanity. That's what he's trying to do. And if we're seeing this under construction right now, that means we know we can lift up our heads. Our redemption is drawing nigh. God bless you. You have a great day in the Lord. I'll see you right here tomorrow as we wake up in his word.